Oh, how do I get your wee Diddy's not up on the screen anymore?
It's in my trousers.
Oh, that's weird. You used to have a wee separate Diddy.
No, I've always got my trousers or shorts on or something.
Window floating. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh no, hold on. Oh, what do I do? Can I make that wee? Hold on.
My Diddy. I can't get any weirder, man. That'd be upsetting.
It's insane.
Please, honestly, don't make it any smaller.
Ahoy there, listeners, and welcome to another episode of the Captain's Horror Meltdown. My name is Cammy, and I'll be your captain on this journey. And I'm joined, as always, by the psych nurse of the ship,
Jesus,
John.
What a nightmare!
Totally, well, what a nightmare indeed.
I can only see a tiny bit of your head.
Oh, can you?
Well, you're kind of right. I've got a lot of ceiling here. I'm kind of vaguely disorientated with new glasses at the moment. That's better.
That's it. Yeah, you've got problems with the glasses, haven't you? Just now, you can't see properly because they're new. They're a stronger prescription.
Well, that's what you tell me. You say me that I have to take it.
I always have that problem.
I have to leave for a week or something.
New glasses.
What were the problems you have? Because I'm pretty sure the one that got the sort of, I think one of my eyes is better than the other one through these glasses.
Yeah, I always get that as well. I just get paranoid. And one morning I wake up, put my glasses on, and I'm just like, oh, these glasses are fine. It just takes a little while to get used to them.
You're right. I mean, the eye that's slow to fucking respond.
Yeah, it takes a while to get used to it. Definitely.
Well,
I mean,
I'll give it a shot. But the thing is, they were putting the little lensy things in front of me. So, I mean, why is it any different during the test? Have you just ignored wrong prescriptions all your life?
Quite possibly. But
well, I'm going to give it a week.
The thing is, you go back to your old glasses in a week's time. Try on your old glasses again.
Well, I've tried. I've put the only because I didn't change my glasses. I just changed the lenses. But they asked if I wanted the lenses back, and I was like, yeah, I'll take them back. And don't get me wrong, the new ones are better. But I still feel there's a difference. Is there meant to be a difference between your eyes? I just don't know. I'm kind of new to this glasses game, and it's kind of confusing. I don't really know.
Well, both my eyes are different prescriptions. I think most people's eyes are different prescriptions.
Yeah, I think mine are, but I just feel that it's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, totally. Listeners, welcome to another episode of the Captain's Glasses Meltdown, and we're talking about prescription glasses. Prescription glasses and whether or not they're correct in the first week.
Which is a nightmare.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you're always paranoid about it because you've got another 2 years to wait till you can get your other eye test.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, mine's gone so badly wrong in the left eye, they said they're going to do me in another year.
Oh, holy shit.
Which makes me just think I was, drunk the last time I got them tested.
Just get your eye taken out. Get a glass one put in.
It's an option, certainly. What about lasering? Have you thought about lasering?
I have. I've always found it terrifyingly scary.
It sounds horrible, yeah.
And a couple of people at work have had it recently, or in the last couple of years. And it's been totally fine.
Uh-huh.
And they've had no problems at all. And obviously, I mean, thousands of people get it done all the time.
Yeah, but there's always that chance.
Yeah, they're going to laser your face off by mistake.
Yeah, I think it's that.
They blind you and cut your nose off.
Forget to give you a hand job. Absolute nightmare.
My nose is fucking tiny anyway.
I know. Well, I think you might be right. They might miss it. They might miss it.
They might miss it.
I think it was my Alexander's best mate's dad was kind of talking to me about lasering eyes and stuff because he's had it done. And he said the most terrifying moment was when the guy who was doing the procedure came in and he was wearing glasses.
Why is this guy not getting it done?
What the fuck? So that was interesting.
Shit. Are we going to date this again? We're still in lockdown.
Let's do it.
Are we still in lockdown? We are still in lockdown.
Yes.
We're maybe not. It's carnage.
Well, still, who knows what's going on anymore? We're still, we're not in lockdown, but restrictions are being lifted slowly. We are on the 29th of July. 2020. I always like to say, you never know. You can never tell what's going to happen in 29th of July 2021. The whole place could be gone. Who knows?
Well, it could well be.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. And like I said, easing is happening. It seems I've been summoned back to work in a couple of weeks' time.
How you feeling about that, man?
Fucking terrible.
Okay, cool.
Back to... Yeah, I've really enjoyed this sort of glimpse into retirement. I've actually been working but not working in a job so much, but just doing stuff. Yeah, down here, and now I'm gonna have to go back to A, living away from my family 5 days a week, and B, working a 65-hour week before I go into overtime.
It's a long old week.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
It is bullshit.
I'm too tired.
Too tired to start doing that.
Too tired just to keep going at this. It's fucking brutal. Don't make me do it. And it'll be worth it because the obviously the program I'm currently working on is of such high quality. I mean, I'd be surprised if I'm not sort of jet setting around the world to pick up awards this time next year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, totally.
Awarding like whatever, Pollock Shields, stuff like that.
Yeah, possibly. Dumbarton, maybe.
Oh, lovely. It's a nice part of the world.
Be great. So doing that. Still no idea how it's going to work. All the locations we had in place have fallen through, obviously now because we can't film there anymore. So
literally all of them are off ski.
Yeah, pretty much all of them. Yeah.
so they must have rewritten a lot of shit, have they not?
And there's been some pretty major rewrites. Yeah, the stuff that's still standing and
is everyone now suddenly in space?
Yes,
free floating
submarines in space. It's a space sub movie. No, there's the stuff we've still got to shoot is there's stuff that's in a trawler and a few other bits and bobs like that where we'll have complete control. But fucking wild times.
Absolutely.
Finding locations where you can have the actors all 2 meters apart, fit a film crew in, not have any members of the public about, deep clean from head to toe before you go in, deep clean head to toe before you leave.
Absolute madness.
It's wild. And the other great thing that I noticed today was two things. So I'll be moving back to Glasgow for this. There seems to be a mini outbreak in Glasgow again.
Yeah, just a wee fella.
14 people diagnosed, but I mean, how many people have they spoken to?
Yeah, that's true. It's true. You just don't know how far it stretches, and how many people just don't even feel a thing. That's the scary part, I guess. But.
Exactly. And then, and also, there's been quite a lot of chat today of the second wave.
Yeah, that chat's always coming. I just try to ignore it. I'm not ignore it, but I just look, I'll just, if it happens, okay, whatever. Yeah. I'll just get on with it. And by that time, we'll just roll the dice and be fucking get on with life anyway.
Totally.
Yeah, and I was pretty dumbfounded to actually get a wedding videography booking, literally in the last week. But it is just it's like they've kind of really scaled back their day, and basically I'm just going to be doing maybe an hour before the ceremony, which is on a beach. Which in Scotland is a fucking terrifying proposition to start with.
That is a risk. Well, A, it's a risk weather-wise. B, for you, camera-wise, I mean, surely,
everything's a risk.
Fucking windy, potentially whiskey, windy, sand.
Yeah.
There will also
all kinds of things. It's everyone's beach in August, that sounds tremendous. No, Scotland beach in August. So
yeah. Of course you'll be down there in your budgie smugglers.
Yeah. Always.
Yeah. Probably go for a dip.
I film like that. Generally,
yeah, I suppose, even in the middle of winter.
Yeah, just absolutely.
Have you ever actually? You live in Edinburgh. I remember I was filming in Edinburgh a few years ago, middle of winter, ice cold, frost, proper hard frost, several degrees below zero in the morning, and this fucking massive dude walking past us every day, wearing literally a tiny pair of shorts and a pair of walking boots, and that was it. Completely bare chested, just. Tiny pair of shorts. He looked like a Viking. Long hair. Yeah, headphones.
He's relatively known, not brilliant. I know of him. I've seen pictures of him. My favourite thing last winter was kind of doing the dishes, and my window kind of looks over onto the street. And it was like there was snow, probably about half a foot deep or something. It was snowing at the time, and the postman's coming round, and he's got like a big fucking woolly coat on. He's got gloves. He's got the hat and a pair of shorts. What the fuck?
He just needs. He needs. Maybe his balls are so hot that he just needs to be able to get into them.
Maybe it's just like a raging,
just hot nuts
inferno of like testosterone and stuff. I just need to let this filter out, guys. And before we get too off track, which
we're going to try and keep it together.
We promised we had, because we've had, the scary thing is we've actually already met each other today. So
so we've already talked loads of bullshit. None of this bullshit.
No, so that's the danger. More bullshit comes in. So I was going to bring up something vaguely horror. Well, no, it is horror related, and especially in these times of where we find ourselves, and we were quite looking forward to the announcement of Fright Fest Online.
Yes, festival, which has now happened. It's now been announced.
Yep, they have a schedule and everything. This now means I'm going to have to get this episode out before that happens to have any relevance whatsoever.
Yes,
but yeah, how are you feeling about an online film festival?
Well, to be fair, so there's a couple of things here.
Okay,
I was very excited about it in the first place because I used to love going to like the horror festivals. But the older you get, the more commitments you've got, the harder it is to go and give up. And they've all really increased in scope as well. Yeah, so they're all about 4 days now, and it's just fucking too much. You can't afford to go, and you either buy a ticket for the 4 days or you're buying individual tickets. Yeah, and so quite like last couple of times I've ended up paying for a 4 day ticket for something that I can only go to 2 days of, and even then, I'm only really going to a day and a half because I'm either knackered or getting in late or whatever.
Drunk.
Absolutely blittered.
Yeah.
So I was very excited about the opportunity to be able to just pay to see the films.
Yep.
Because that's what I want to do. I know some people are, and this is a sort of Dead by Dawn sort of fired a shot across the bow of Fright Fest, didn't they? By saying, we're not going to do a digital festival because it's all about the experience.
Yeah.
I see that to a point. Actually, I now no longer want to sit absolutely in a packed cinema with incredibly sweaty men.
I mean,
I smell of beer.
Literally, who does?
Nobody.
No.
Nobody. I'd be really uncomfortable all day. Whereas I could sit in the comfort of my own home with a projector on.
And a sweaty wife.
In my pants, drinking cider.
Yeah.
Watching the same films.
Yeah.
I was very, very excited about it. I wasn't very sure how it would work out. And then the interesting thing was that I think you'd send a link to it as well, that Grimfest,
doing the same
Manchester Horror Festival, they announced just slightly before, maybe the day before, was it? About a day before maybe Fright Fest?
Possibly.
That they're doing a digital festival this year as well. Yeah. But their one, you pay and then you get to see, you can watch all the films in any order you want.
Yeah.
Within 96 hours.
Yeah.
Whereas Fright Fest,
yes.
What strikes me as a recipe for disaster as well is that you'll be logging into a stream at a specific time to watch it. That just sounds, to me, it seems like a recipe for disaster in terms of problems.
I think the interesting thing, I think it's potentially, I mean, this is uncharted territory. They've not tried this before. And they've already made, I've been looking at the kind of Facebook posts that have been going on around it, and the guy who's been in charge of it has absolutely zero idea. He said he's basically had to learn streaming in 2 weeks.
Fuck. Yeah.
I think they'd originally said the ticket price was going to be no more than 50 quid.
Yeah.
It's, well, for the whole weekend, and now it's 60. So there was like somebody said, why 60? He said it was going to be no more than 50. But he was, there was lots of chat in it. And then the guy eventually came and said, look, I didn't understand DRM stuff. I mean, they have to pay a digital rights management license of 800 quid for every film that they show.
Shit.
So that nobody can try and steal it, essentially.
Steal it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's basically been constantly learning on the hoof, and it's like, and to be honest, like a £10 increase isn't horrendous because they said we think it'll be under £50.
Yeah.
So an extra tenner is not a horrendous thing to pay.
Yeah, and still for the amount of films they're showing.
Yeah, it's 25 films, is it?
Yeah, but you can technically only ever watch half of the films.
Yes. They have a strange system going on, but
because they've got basically what it seems to be is they're going to have 2 streams effectively.
Yeah, like 2 screens, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 screens. As if they were in a cinema, they had 2 screens, and you're free to go to either screen you want, but you can only be in one screen at a time. You can only watch one film at a time, unless you buy, as you said, 2 tickets.
And then try and watch them simultaneously. Try and watch them
both at the same time,
like a fucking chameleon with monitors. Sorry, my chameleon powers are down. But what's your overall vibe in
it? I really like the idea.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I want to get along and I want to see new horror films.
Totally.
Basically, that's what I'm interested in seeing. Like, and the great thing about a festival is you go along and you don't really know what you're going to get, and you sit there and you watch them. And I like that with this. And I also quite like the idea of having to choose between the films because it makes you read into them a bit. I mean, it's harsh when stuff clashes, but at the same time, at least stuff's come up on your radar. So if there's 2 films you really want to see on at the same time, you're going to watch one of them and then you're going to try and find the other one later.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that worries me slightly about it is that they all everyone seems to be saying, oh, this is just a temporary measure, this is just a one-off. It's something I'd actually really like to see all film festivals providing at all times, because loads of films come to I guess they're not going to what they're not a lot of the sort of more mainstream film festivals or the sort of bigger ones aren't going to want anybody to be able to watch the films because it will take ruin their revenue stream further on down the line. But with something like these horror things, people are just wanting to get these films out. These are not films that are going to make an absolute fortune anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think that the idea of offering tickets for people to stream stuff at a normal festival when you might not be able to get to a cinema to see it is a great idea. Really. It means it's opening up the access to it.
I think it's maybe interesting if they could actually find a way to funnel the people that buy the ticket for the film straight back to the filmmaker.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, that'd be great.
Because they're not going to see any revenue out of a film festival, other than all they're going to get on. Eventually, they'll be on maybe Netflix or Prime or DVD or Blu-ray. And if you're that independent of film, that's where you make your cash, such as it is. But maybe interesting if they could say, look, if they could find a way to do it, that you could funnel it back to the filmmaker. If you were doing as Fright Fest are, you can buy a ticket for a film at a time. Could be an interesting idea. Yeah,
totally. No, I love the idea. I think it's great. And it's something we're definitely going to have to think about with, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the cinema. Like, people have been wary about the cinemas or cinemas not reopening and stuff just now. They're going to have to start coming, all the big, there's lots of people greeting about it, but the fact is that all these big films that are being held back now and delayed, the studios don't give a fuck about, anything except for making money.
Yeah.
They don't, they're not going to put it out to cinema if they can't make money, because it's utterly the only thing that's important. There's the director maybe, as the artist there that's made it, but the people that funded it and are putting it out, the big studios, are interested in absolutely nothing but money. Zero.
Well, that's
interest in releasing it.
That's their only job.
Yeah. There's they're not there. They're not there to win Oscars or anything like that. They're there to make money.
Yeah.
It's simple as that. So it'll be interesting to see.
You could argue the last person that thought against that was Weinstein. Look what happened there. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Jesus fucking hell.
The best stick with the old big boys, I guess.
Oof.
God knows what they're up to.
Oof. But he's not having a good time these days. Good. Interesting though, like Bill and Ted 3 have said, so they're coming out in the cinema in September, but they're also simultaneously coming out to watch at home.
Yep.
VOD. So I think it will be the way forward. For shit, we've both got projectors, so it's pretty handy for us.
Yeah, but I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. We can't be the only people that it's the case for. I think it's probably the same with a lot of genre fans. But like all of us in the Meltdown viewing sort of group, the original Meltdowners, we would all go and see a film or rent a film or see it at a film festival and then buy it when it comes out.
Yeah.
just to support the filmmakers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like we all do that.
It's well, it's very much, it's interesting you say that, because it's very much like, I know it's not the same for everyone, but like, streaming music services like Spotify, often if I like something, I'll go out and buy the physical copy. I'm at that.
Well, I know
I'm probably in the minority, but I find for me, Spotify and things like that are kind of like a testing ground. And if I like the album or I like a couple of songs, I was like, fuck, I'll go and buy the album. Unfortunately, same with live gigs. Bands you've never really support bands you've never heard of before. If they've got some vinyl with them, I'll fucking buy it if I like it. That could be a while off, but we shall.
I think that will be well off. Yeah,
sad times.
Shit. But yeah, I mean, interesting to follow the Fright Fest thing as it goes on. I think we're all going to try and give it a watch anyway, aren't we?
I think so. I think we're probably
some capacity.
We're probably going to go along because it's like
individual ticket.
Yeah, it's like £5 for it, but I don't know what the charge is per ticket. That's the only sort of thing I'm not clued up about. So £60 for just whatever the fuck you like, or £5 a shot of a film. Maybe actually after this we could have a little look through the list and see what we fancy.
Yeah, see what there is. Yeah, lovely.
Because we've got our old films here listed for fucking ages. Oh, you guys are in for so many untreats. It's incredible.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, will we
get on
with our movie?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Where are we?
We are. So last week, last episode. Sorry, I keep saying we.
It's never a week. No.
God doesn't. No. Last episode we did the Last Session Left double bill.
Oh God, yeah. God, I've still to edit that. Well, I say edit. I'm just gonna change the EQ and then throw it out.
Traumatic.
Yeah, it was traumatic. It was traumatic, man. It really was.
Have you sold your Arrow Blu-ray of that yet?
I can't even look at it.
You listened to it?
I can't even pick it up.
It's just too grubby. So we watched that, and the link we've taken Wes Craven as the link.
Yes,
and we have so earlier in lockdown in our little movie club we watched Nightmare on Elm Street,
original,
which was great. I hadn't watched it for ages. Very excited to see that. I then followed that up myself last week with Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which was very entertaining.
It's good for that. It's good for
the first one.
It's many sequels can go astray, but I quite enjoyed that film.
Yep, it's good. But this week we are back on. So we were basically saying Wes Craven, but Wes Craven, although he created Nightmare on Elm Street, he just wrote this one. He did not direct it. Mm-hmm. But we are on what the fuck is it? 1987?
I don't know. You're the fucking captain.
What a disaster. 1987. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
Yes.
1987, directed by Chuck Russell. And so that's what we're doing. Let's get into it.
How did we decide on that?
I think that. So we were quite pissed.
Obviously.
We'd watched part 1.
Just.
And then part 2, you were like, but it doesn't involve Wes Craven. And I think there was a bit of discussion about it doesn't really matter. And then basically, I think you said, I always really loved part 3.
Okay,
let's
works.
watch that. Yeah. And it actually, it tied into, the real reason we did it was because it ties into the film that we're doing after this, which we'll see at the end.
Excellent.
And it basically enabled the flow for us to continue the chain, I guess, in a way that we wanted to watch it. We were quite drunk when we decided on this.
We always are. I was so drunk I couldn't remember we decided any of it.
Yeah, totally. It was a complete news to you.
You had to send me a list. Like, wow, that's a lot of films to decide on. Holy fuck.
Yeah, we got loads done. Shit. So Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, 1987, directed by Chuck Russell. Here we go. I'm going to go for it.
Do it.
The old letterbox.
It's been terrible recently.
Oh, it has been terrible recently. So the tagline it says was, if you think you're ready for Freddy, think again. That's a shit.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay.
Fucking atrocious. But here we go. Here's the synopsis. It's been many years since Freddie Kruger's first victim, Nancy, came face to face with Freddie and his sadistic, evil ways. Now, Nancy's all grown up. She's put her frightening nightmares behind her and is helping teens cope with their dreams. Too bad Freddie's decided to herald his return by invading the kids' dreams and scaring them into committing suicide. I'm gonna have to do a bit of investigating.
I'm gonna have to call bullshit. This is a person. This is like a bot. There's a bot. I'm just gonna make some shit up. No, that's a terrible synopsis.
Yeah, it's a bad synopsis. It says the words Freddie and
she
Nancy,
helps teens. It's like, no, she's been committed to a mental asylum. You fucking maniac. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, it's
but she's not. She's working there in this one, no.
Oh, but she's kind of thrust in.
Oh yeah.
It's no. There's a lot of problems.
There's major problems here.
I can't even want to go into them.
What was your 1987? The two of us were 10 at the time.
Oh, were we? Jesus. Okay.
My whole thing with this is I think I'd said, like, I don't think I remember ever watching this. Mm-hmm. Right. To be fair, I only really remember fragments of a couple of Nightmare on Elm Street films from when I was a kid. And actually, when I think about it, like when I watched the first one, I was like, oh, almost all those fragments are in the first film. So I was like, I've just watched the first film when I was a kid. And then I thought, do you know what? In part 2, when I watched it, I was like, oh, it might start coming back to me. Nah, nothing came back to me at all. I'd definitely never seen
really?
part 2. And
Okay.
I thought part 3, maybe something will come back to me. Because part 3, quite very popular one in the series. A lot of people like it better than the first film. And started watching it, and I don't remember any of it at all either.
Oh,
I definitely think I've not seen it. The only bit I think I remember is the needles for fingers, but I'm sure I've just seen that as a clip elsewhere.
Possibly, yeah.
It's quite sort of iconic.
I mean,
shot,
certainly for me. I mean, I this is the one I remember the most.
Well, the thing is, my memory of it is that you loved it. I remember you loving it, but I don't remember ever. It's weird that we never rented it, or like.
I'm pretty sure I rented it on my own. I'll put my hand up and say I think I either pirated it or rented it a lot of times. One of the two. I can't really remember what. But it's. Man, it's easily the most memorable Elm Street for me, because I remember like almost all of the kills in it.
Right, yeah.
And the great thing, what I love about this film is it bridges a kind of gap in the series. In like, I know none of them are particularly serious, but the first two kind of are a bit more kind of swerving into the straight horror kind of side of things. But what I absolutely love about this film is it's got a lot of horror in it. Yep. It is pretty fucking gory. Yep. The kills are fucking inventive as fuck. I absolutely love them. And all the way through it, you've kind of got this little... Because this would be the same kind of time I was probably kind of interested in things like the Goonies and the Monster Squad and things like that. Yeah. And it kind of weirdly melds those two things together. You've got this like gang mentality, and it gets really silly, you know, like when you get to the folk, how they see themselves in their dreams. They're all kind of like sort of, you know, kind of weird wizards and badass kind of punks and stuff. It's like, it really spoke to me at the time. It was like all the kind of things I loved at that time, because I really crossed over into that kind of, as to say, like things like Monster Squad, which is obviously a completely different film, and then like into like just real far out horror stuff, and it kind of met in the middle somewhere, and I just enjoyed everything about it. The inventiveness especially is, I mean, some of the kills are just like so fucking cool, and they just stick in my mind forever. Some of those little scenes, I mean, they are we'll get around to them, but they are so big, so good.
I do have to say that, you know, for a first time watch for me, I actually took almost no notice at all. I was thoroughly on board with it.
Is that not standard for us?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I was absolutely fucking knackered as well when I had to watch it last night.
I think we usually
so
are.
fucking tired. So it was almost, and that kind of added a bit of an edge to it. It was
Right.
almost like being
Right.
in an Elm Street film.
Don't fall asleep, Kimmy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty much exactly the same. Like, I think that it really benefits from being in such a sort of on such a small scale in terms of the actual.
Yeah.
You know, it's never anywhere except for in the mental hospital.
I think it's brilliant.
Their dreams sort of thing. You know, it's really, really compact and neat.
Yeah.
I love that sort of team element as well. It's almost like that sort of, sort of the squad coming together to sort of fight back.
Yeah.
And then being all under attack by Freddie. I mean, the baddie, you know, Freddie's obviously the baddie, but at the same time, the sort of the staff, the woman that's in charge is kind of like almost the sort of equal baddie to Freddie. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's got that whole sort of like distrust of the establishment and all that built into it as well. It's great. And just the fact that it is so inventive. I mean,
it's superb.
Just like absolutely tremendous. The amount of animation stuff in it and the skeleton coming to life and all that. It's just fucking fantastic. It's really well done as well.
Out of this, but I mean, certainly one of the big things. One of the first ones that comes around as well is obviously when Freddy's like slashing the guy's arms and legs, and that sort of whips the tendons out. As Freddy comes to life as a puppet first, that is kind of like a little kind of fucking Ray Harryhausen figure, which is fucking amazing.
Yeah,
really,
it's so
really
well
cool.
done, so fucking well done.
And then suddenly it's like controlling him like a puppet. It's just like this is with like tendons, probably not entirely anatomically correct, but who gives a fuck?
No.
But it's just like, this is fucking amazing, and it kicks off with that. You're just like, yes, absolutely fantastic.
And they got that whole bit when he's in, and he's like sort of eventually like teetering on the windowsill, and then you just get that shot of like Freddy like looming, like massive, hundreds of feet tall in the sky. Like it's so.
I wonder
cool,
if the effects guy was a Maiden fan.
Oh, he might have been.
Number of the Beast.
Giant Eddie. Well, I mean, I guess the whole thing starts off with her building the house as well, and then you get that lovely shot when she's in bed and the camera, she's falling asleep, and the camera pans back, and suddenly the bed's outside the house. And all this, it's really beautifully done. Like, I really like that. It's got lots of, it's got lots of charm, lots of really inventiveness about it. I mean, which is great to see from like a sort of sequel back then that they've not just turned. And also the thing that always interests me with Nightmare on Elm Street is that although it's lumped in with, you know, you sort of say, oh, there's like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street is always like kind of all over the shop, really, isn't it? I mean, in terms of, it's really non-traditional in terms of what's going on. It's one of the things that's always got me as well when I was a kid, though, was that I kind of find easier to deal with now, but it was just that like, I've never really worked out the rules of the world that Nightmare on Elm Street's in, really.
Yeah.
Like, what is actually, is he like, what? Is he in their, is he in their dreams? Is he not in their dreams?
Yeah.
How's he?
Well, I think they carefully planned it so like anything could fucking happen at any possible time,
totally,
which is great, you know, in a way. It's and I say it's very different from the, well, you know, Friday the 13th and Halloween. It's just that it's a guy fucking moping around with a big knife or whatever. And I think, you know, when they hit 3 on this one, they absolutely fucking blew it out of the water. I think this is, for me, I'm going to still say it's my favourite Elm Street. For terms of the inventiveness, and it's still really fucking gory as well. It's really funny at times as well. And it's just met that perfect point in that series of films, where like 4 and 5 just go into the silly, and the kind of the inventiveness kind of peters out, and Freddy becomes like a cartoon character instead of anything else. I think they've absolutely fucking nailed the whole series in this film for me, which is probably giving away my rating at the end. But I think if you look at the way the series went, 3 is the perfect number.
Well,
it's the magic number.
3 is the magic number. Holy shit! Fucking hell, De La Soul's favourite Nightmare on Elm Street film.
Totally. That's what they based the song on. Yeah.
Classic. I mean, when the film started, I hadn't realised that Patricia Arquette was like kind of the star of this one as well.
Yep. Or fucking holy shit,
Lawrence Fishburne.
That's it. That was it. Yeah, I was like, what? I've totally forgotten he was in it.
Holy shit! Nice to see John Saxon in it as well. R.I.P. Just died last week.
Yeah.
I think it was, wasn't it? Or was it this week? It might be this week.
Sad times.
Lost all track of time, but shit, man. 85 years old though when he died, so he had a pretty good innings.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see him at the end again. Although it has to be said, so out of all the characters, he's obviously plays Nancy's dad. So Heather Langenkamp, who played Nancy in the first film, returns in this one. So none of those guys are in the second one, but she's a bad actress.
She's not great. No,
she's not great.
No. No.
But she still kind of works within it. But she's got kind of like a sort of
to be honest, like no one's great in it.
No, that's true.
It's just I think it's not necessarily an actor's film.
Come on, Larry Fishburne's pretty good in it.
Big old lads.
Big lads. And do you know the name that really stood out in the opening credits as well was Zsa Zsa Gabor.
Yes, that was a great fucking tremendous. That's still one of my most memorable scenes in the film. Does that whole section?
It's
fucking amazing,
wild,
absolutely amazing.
It's like, absolutely wild, man.
And it's wilder seeing it now. Jesus Christ,
fuck.
Freddie fucking lamps her to death, and then comes out of a TV and smashes someone's head through a screen. Absolutely tremendous. Can't argue with it. Can't argue with it. I mean, yeah.
Wild. What is he? He says, welcome to primetime, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did. One of the notes that I did make was one of my favourite lines in it, actually. The bastard son of 100 maniacs.
Mm-hmm.
Get a bit of Freddie backstory there as well.
Yeah.
With the creepy nun.
Yeah, it was nice to get that. And see, you talk about the one-liners. I think, again, this film is the one where you kind of... The one-liners are still unridiculous in a way.
Yeah, it's kind of got the balance right.
It's kind of got like a bit of it's like a humour with a real tinge of nastiness.
Yeah.
Whereas after this, it just becomes, oh, look, your face is a pizza or something. Okay, great. And it just loses its way. I mean, after 4 and 5 were fucking minging. I'm
going to have to watch them though now. I've set down that path.
Well, yeah, you should. I think you should. Just to, even if it's just to see how good 3 is.
Yeah. I think I will come back to 3. I've got that weird box set. Oh, I say weird box set. It's like the complete
that weird entire complete box set. Mm.
Yeah, but it's the thing that's weird on it is that like parts. So part 1 has its own disc, and then 2 and 3 are on one disc.
Right.
And then 4 and 5 are on another disc.
Right.
And then is it New Nightmare after that?
I think so. Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, it's a bit of a weird layout, that whole box set. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go through the other ones as well just to see what they're like. But yeah, I will definitely be returning to Dream Warriors. I really thinking about it again just now. I wish I'd taken more notes actually, but there's not really anything I didn't like about it.
No, it's great. I mean, it's like
it doesn't really drag it.
When you talk about this movie, doing a future meltdown at your house, that'd be a fucking great film to shoot. That absolutely brilliant.
It would be.
I guarantee everyone would absolutely be into it.
Yeah. And like you said, I love that whole thing with the kids being like, who they are in their own dreams.
Yeah.
In their dreams. And you've got like the kid, the black kid's like a total like sort of strongman sort of thing.
Yeah.
And the girl that's like you said, like a punk and ends up in that like that sort of street 80s sort of neon lit street in the dream with the bum in it and all the rest, and like Freddie injecting her in her arms, like when it cuts down on her, the scars from her taking heroin are like have become like little lips that are like sort of like begging for heroin. Like it's fucking wild.
It is totally. Actually, that actually got banned in a state in Australia, if that's what you call it.
Did it?
Yes. It's the only bit of
a little bit of trivia.
Only trivia I've got. Oh, damn it. Yes, it was. I can't remember what region it was in Australia, but they banned it through the.
What, for the promotion of heroin?
Well, just the depiction of drug use.
Shit.
And then it was overturned at some point later. But yeah, that's the only place it's ever been. Like literally, you can't see this.
Yeah, I mean, I think even over here it was pretty much uncut, I'd imagine.
Yep.
From scratch. There's nothing, no nunchucks or any other James Sperman unfriendly weaponry.
Just begging heroin lips. Just that kind of business.
Totally.
No problem.
I did think they were quite lucky that they'd used standard switchblades for the punk girls' fighting weapon of choice, because if they'd used butterfly knives, then
straight out,
it would have been cut as well. Fucking absolutely ridiculous. I think the other thing I'd give it a thumbs up sort of mention for is the soundtrack.
It's pretty wild.
Angelo Badalamenti is his name, I think. The guy who did the Twin Peaks soundtrack as well. Which is great, absolutely bonkers. But yeah,
what's your thought on the kind of main theme tune? Dream Warriors, which was
you don't get more 80s than that, do you? Docking, was it?
Docking, absolutely fucking Docking. I can honestly say I've never heard any of their songs apart from this one, and I'm a big metal fan.
Pretty wild, man. Pretty wild.
But it says, no, that's not for me.
Jesus Christ.
Hair metal at its worst.
Absolutely stinking. I mean, really bad. I mean, presumably that came out as a single somewhere as well. I mean,
single video, the whole fucking gamut. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, man. Yeah. I wouldn't mind checking it out.
Actually, the video was
absolutely honky.
I was having a little look at the video channel. Some interesting stuff in it. So I might have a look
at it. The video's on the Blu-ray, I think, actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I think it's on there as an extra. Yeah.
Huzzah!
I noticed that Frank Darabont,
Big Darabont
was one of the credited writers.
Yeah, man, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good, man. I like it. It's like pretty big chops, like.
Yep, I think, and I couldn't believe how little it fucking cost to make. I don't know. It's like that long ago, maybe it was like.
Must have made a packet as well, though. I'd imagine.
Nonsense. Like it cost less than here we go. Less than $5 million box office in the US alone. 45 million.
Fucking hell! Shit.
Not a bad return, I would say.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking good, isn't it?
Yeah. Jesus.
I mean. I'd love to see some extras about the special effects on this.
Yeah,
because the special effects are absolutely fucking incredible.
Fucking cool. So so inventive. Just
it's really fucking lovely watching stuff with proper practical effects in it again as well. Do you know what I mean? And that sort of mix. I mean, it really does. It's not shy about it as well. I mean. It's kind of an era where they could have been like sort of almost embarrassed to be doing stop motion stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, before this, I guess, Evil Dead did some interesting stop motion stuff, I guess, but I mean, that was years before this. Did Evil Dead 2 have any stop motion stuff in it?
Probably. It's fucking Sam Raimi. I'm sure it is.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, it's the kind of thing that was a bit like, I guess it was on the way out really back then, wasn't it? That sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they go full on, and it's really fucking well done as well.
It is nice.
Like you said, that bit when he becomes the puppet on the wall is incredible. But the whole,
I think for that, it makes
phenomenal.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I think obviously the stop motion makes sense for that bit when he's in the puppet, and I think in that era. It makes sense, but I don't think that's very few folk would actually choose to do it if it didn't make sense in the story. It does make a lot of sense in the story, having that little puppet come to life, and it's very fucking cool, and I applaud them for it.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, stop motion still seems to come back now and again, little bits and pieces, and everyone like us are fucking delighted to see when it does.
Oh yeah, I always love seeing it. I think it's absolutely tremendous. But I mean, I do wonder what kids would think about it these days. You know, the youngsters.
Ah man, I should maybe show the kids Jason and the Argonauts.
Oh, classic!
Yeah,
absolutely classic. You can't back it, can you?
Probably have nightmares about skeletons killing them, I guess. But
yeah,
I'll take that risk.
Shit.
I'll take that risk. But yeah, I mean, this film is end of the day. It's just a fucking cracking film. It's for me. I'm not going back in it. It's my favorite Elm Street.
Right. Shit. I mean, I think that I would. I'd quite like to watch it back to back with the first one. Actually,
I'm sure we'll get on to Friday the 13th at some point. At some point,
yeah. Well, sure I mean, neither one of us would be stupid enough to pre-order a massively expensive upcoming Friday the 13th box set from the States, would we?
That would be crazy.
It would be utterly ridiculous in the middle of a lockdown when no one's getting any money and no one's been working.
What a wild move that would be.
Totally. What kind of absolute fanny would do that?
I know, exactly. I know.
Exactly. I mean, if anyone's got any answers to that, what kind of fanny would order that, then hit us up. And if you get the right answer, then I will tell you how good the box set is when it arrives. Never learn my lesson, eh?
No, you never do.
It'll lie there and be completely unwatched for 20 years.
What? 20 years.
Possibly, it'll probably get watched just before the 4K box set comes out.
Are we going to move on to a rating on this beast?
Yes, we are. Let's get on to the rating for it. I think I know where you're going to go, and I think probably I know where I'm going to go as well. Do you want to start us off, John?
Yes, I'm going to go 2 thumbs up because I think it's fucking brilliant, and I would definitely watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, there's no two ways about it as well. I'm going for the 2 thumbs up as well.
Lovely.
I think it's fucking brilliant, and I would definitely watch it again as well. Well, I think that brings us to an end of that because we don't really. Well, we've got 2 things to say, really, don't we? Now,
fucking you.
We have to say, how did we view them?
Oh right, yes, yes. Yes. Well, I for the first time ever streamed it on PS whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, did you buy it on the PlayStation Store?
No, I rented it.
You rented it? Yeah, that's what I mean. But you paid for it.
Yes,
and rented it.
Yes. But yes, it was alright. It's the first time I've ever rented anything on the PS Store. I have to say, I would never buy an HD download, which is like 6 gigs. I would never do it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the Blu-ray is like 25 gigs or whatever. So,
or 50 gigs or whatever.
So something's going wrong in this process. I mean, I'm watching a projector. I need it to be the best it can be. The
best quality, possible quality. Yeah. So I watched it on the Nightmare on Elm Street box set, the UK box set, which I think worldwide it's exactly the same. I think the discs. I think it's literally the same, except for the UK version has an 18 strip kit on the front cover. And like I said, it's parts 2 and 3 are on one disc. Which at first I was like, oh god, it just gives me bad memories of like really badly compressed DVDs back in the day. But what I will say is I'm guessing that they're BD50s. So you're still getting effectively, the film on a normal average single layered Blu-ray sized disc, really. Each film on, effectively on a BD25. Yeah, I mean, it looks grand. I mean, they've not gone to town with any of these films. It's not like they're careful restorations or anything like that. But I mean, they're all big studio movies, I guess. Ultimately, or they're put. I think they're put by Warner over here, probably. It's good. The extras are all SD extras.
Classic. Portrait to SD. Lovely.
Yeah, so it's sort of like, your projector goes and it's like suddenly has to like shut her down to like some fucking terrible resolution. But another weird thing is that it seems to be basically a lot of the extras seem to be a series wide documentary.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a 3 or 4 hour documentary that's just had interviews chopped and dropped onto each of the discs, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
So it looks like there's a whole load of interviews, but there's no sort of in and out on it.
Cohesive
just, you select something and suddenly, and they've all got sort of like cryptic names as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't actually just say what they're talking about. It'll be like, I don't know, like, you know, welcome to the asylum.
Right. Okay,
and then you press the button and it's like the screenwriter is talking about, like, you know, oh yeah, I was hired really early on to write this. You're like, what? Like, you sort of watch it, it's like a 5-minute clip and there's no mention of the asylum or anything. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? What? So, like, yeah, all the extras on it are a bit slapdash. It does have the docking video, which I didn't watch.
Maybe we should just listen it ourselves.
Oh, maybe we should.
Yeah. Is Wes Craven still alive or did he die?
No, he's dead. He died. Did he die this year?
No, last year I think, was it? Was it last year?
I think, yeah.
We could resurrect him.
Old Wes. And now they've stopped his brother John Craven's news round from being on TV as well. Fucking unbelievable! Can you believe that? 48 years. 48 years, John Craven's news round's been going, and they've taken it off the air.
Half of our listenership was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Totally. What? Wes Craven's got a brother and he made content in the UK.
He did kids news and
yeah, kids news program.
Yeah. Big John Craven, big lad, good lad. New feature.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. What do you reckon?
Oh, right. Okay.
This is tricky.
I'm going to say critics. 75%.
Right.
I think they're going to say it's quite good. Am I? No.
I think this is a difficult one.
Critics.
I think we both fucked this up the last couple of times, really quite badly.
We have. Okay, I'm going to say critics. 60%.
60. Sick burn.
And, well, just because I can imagine that, like, some critics will have thought it was great and inventive and all the rest, but it's 1987. It goes on the old ratings as well, doesn't it? Like, old reviews from the time.
I don't know.
I reckon that quite a lot of reviewers are just going to be like, oh, my fucking more horror mints. You know, more rubbish from these depraved minds. So I'm going to say 60.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
65. I'm going to middle ground. I'm going to 65.
Okay.
65, and I'm going to say fan rating 80.
In my head, I was thinking 75 for critics.
Yeah, well, that's what I went for initially, and then I had to pull out from that.
That's unlike you to pull out. Sorry, made that bit dirty. But you have a lovely daughter. And
I do. She's lovely. Yep.
I'm going to go 75 critic. I'm going to go...
Right.
What did you go in audience? 80?
80.
I think it's higher. Not much, though.
I think because it's a fan favourite. I just don't know. You just don't know.
I don't know if it's a fan favourite. I'm just making up my mind. I'm going to go 83. No. No. 80. 87. Okay. Right, I'm going in. Right, here we go.
Here we go, listeners. This is the exciting moment when you hear John tapping away the keyboard. Typing with 2 fingers like an old lady.
Hey, give me a fucking second.
That's Freddie. Can you feel the tension? We should get a drum roll in behind us.
There it is. Okay. We're going in. Oh! It's another surprise.
Right.
Critics, 74.
Oh, fuck.
Audience, take a guess.
I don't know. I think that means do you think, do you mean it's higher or lower?
I can't remember.
90.
68.
No.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
What the fuck is going on with Rotten Tomatoes, by the way?
I tell you. I think it's these old films that are fucking duffing us in.
Well, there we have it. And I mean, uncut the whole time in the UK, so nothing to do with James Farman. There's nothing for me to talk about there.
Nope.
Magic. Well...
we should probably fuck off.
I think we should probably, and people can join us out. So, yeah, basically, this was when we were drunk and we were working the list. We came up with a big long list, which is great because we're like, oh, we've got it sorted now. But yeah, basically we were angling towards what was at the time that we were discussing this a brand new release. In fact, had it even come out? We both ordered it that night, blooters. But we are going from Dream Warriors to Dream Demon.
Yes! I'm excited but nervous. Excited but nervous.
UK indie horror darling, which kind of disappeared from...
Yeah, it was a very... I mean, I think it's so obscure that when Cam and I were kind of vaguely floating the thought of having our own Blu-ray company, this was the first title I came up with.
Yeah, totally.
And then fucking Arrow humped us.
Fucking straight in there.
But yeah, it's very odd. It's got Jimmy Nail. Anyone in the UK of an age will remember that name. I've read the same pet, and also a bit of a pop hit career. And Timothy Spall, who was also in I've read the same pet.
Yeah.
And then many other things. He's a fucking terrific actor. They're both great actors. But
I'm really looking forward to watching it again because I haven't seen it. I think, well, we'll get into this next time, but I think I haven't seen it since you showed me it many moons ago.
And I inexplicably watched it over and over again, but still don't remember anything about it apart from the horrendous faces.
Amazing.
There we go. Should be good.
So there you go, folks. Join us next time. Keep safe in this time of mentalness, and we will see you next time for Dream Demon.
Yep. Good luck.
Cheerio.